morning, everyone. On behalf of L2C, that is France, Cyprus, and Greece. So, as for today, we would like to, let's say, to share with you a joint project which was actually created based on on three partners. That these are L2C, Greece, Ceres. Mr. Karagios is here to represent Ceres, and one primary school from Cyprus, which is called Psimolofou. So the project is called I4D. You will see, hopefully you will understand what we mean by this. Sorry, I made a mistake. I have to take it back. Okay, so thank you. So in this slide you can see that collaboration among between Teachers4Europe and L2C and the partners. You can see also all of our collaborations which were implemented through WebEx due to COVID restrictions. And we actually based on some materials that the Cypriot school had already created. And we tried, let's say, to contribute according to our own abilities and imagination and students. Here you can see an anthem that was created. We are the guards and we will save the earth with our weapons, the 4D. Everything happens super fast. Democracy says, justice sees, the right can, creation makes. When all together man creates, the world then changes, evil aside lay. I forgot to tell you that we found, let's say, the Cypriot school with the 4 Ds, which actually stand for the letter delta, the Greek letter delta. And we add, as partners, we add one more D, which had to do with creativity. So we gave a title, Traveling Through Europe with a Suitcase Full of the European Union Values. And we have to say that the students who were involved in this joint project were 8 years old. So students learned about European Union through coloring, drawing. They also created the Stars of Europe, having to do with the European values. They also students had also the chance to exchange ideas on values. You see here some of their drawings and concept maps, like the 4 Ds. Democracy, justice, right, and creation, or creativity, as you wish. Some more concept maps where you see the EU values, and some more. Okay, we apologize about these drawings, but just let's not forget that they're very... Sorry? What do you mean? They also created a kind of boutique which sold clothes with the 4D values of EU. So we let students, let's say, express their own imagination and skills, even soft skills, which were not really improved. Students also built the Earth with a 4D, the huge crane which brings the European values to Earth. They also had an election, kind of election simulation. So students had the right to express themselves by the vote through voting. Actually, they did it as for the title of a newspaper and the logo and the relevant logo. Also, they created agriculture project and other projects with quality labels. Of course, they got inspired by the European values again. You see some other quality labels. They also dealt, because as I mentioned yesterday, Learn to Change has created that unique and very strong tool, which is called Cards for Democracy. So students dealt with these cards for democracy, and they tried also to print them and plasticize them. They read, they studied, in quotation marks, them and discussed about the values that Cards for Democracy transmit. And they created their own cards for democracy. Also, they implemented the Cards for Democracy within stories, and they had, their task was to choose the right card, which would show how the heroes of the stories handle the situation. This is another story. Another story again. And at the very end, they created their own cards for democracy. You see, you can recognize that it's a children's project, actually, of the, if you can judge from the handwriting. Also, due to Mrs. Drakaki's, let's say, expertise in the museum education, students were involved in museum education. They had to look at paintings in digital museums. So they were asked to paint their own paintings and write their own messages having to do with democracy and democratic values and competencies. You see some samples here. I tried to be very quick. 2 more minutes, thank you. I took into consideration your remarks yesterday, but we are inspired by our Greek philotimo, a value which should be a universal value. So you see also some rights, let's say, people and animals have the right to live all together. Both humans and animals have the right to live in nature. Some other things, I'm going very fast. Then students posted their own paintings. It was something like a gallery walk. And then there was followed some kind of Socratic correspondence. So that was all. We have to thank the elementary school of Psimolofou in Cyprus, Mrs. Rakaki, Mr. Karagiosis for all the great work done, and of course, Learn to Change. Thank you so much.